Monday morning, and we're docking at the port of Alexandria. We're going to be going out today for a overnight trip out to the pyramids of Giza with a boat ride on the Nile this afternoon and a light show tonight, hopefully. So hope I'll be able to get most of it in video.
Out to drive on this.
City of 18 million people. Our first view of the River Nile.
Muhammad Ali Mosque we're heading to is over there, on top of that mountain with silver domes. Can you see that? Can you see that? The visibility range in Cairo today is unbelievable, very clear. You can see things at the distance, which is very unusual.
Cairo's City of the Dead is on either side of us, and we are approaching the mosque that we're going to go through.
If you take a look on the right, you can see a mountain, Mountain, and on top of this mountain, which is now in front of you, you can see a telecom station. And on the right of that telecom station, you can see a yellowish building somehow. This is the tomb of one of the priests or Moslems of Cairo. Then, in Kuwait, and where it was a soldier in the Ottoman's army, where it was the lyrics was transferred, where it was, I think, right here in Egypt. In 1805, he was selected to be the prefect of Egypt when it was an Ottoman colony. That was in 1805, and then he decided to make Egypt his own kingdom. He managed to set up an Egyptian army, giving contempt of the Egyptians, and brought French generals from France to train them until he got a good and powerful army. And then luck started helping him. The Ottomans were facing troubles in their colonies, and Muhammad Ali was always giving them a hand. So they kept rewarding him by giving him the right of ruling other states. But finally, Muhammad Ali got his creed to fight the Ottomans themselves in 1836. The famous battle called Utahia happened to the south of Turkey. And there, ladies and gentlemen, the Egyptian army managed to beat the Ottomans' army. I don't know. You check it. You check it. Robin, check it. See if it works or not.
You got it. Yeah.
Big smile, big smile, big smile.
Yes, Dale?
Beautiful. Thank you. Next. How many left? Oh my goodness.
50.
€1. So it's done. Plus 3. We go this way. This way, please. Yeah. 3. Most of guidebooks call this mosque Muhammad Ali Mosque. Some others call it the Alabaster Mosque, while few guidebooks call it the Domes Mosque, because in this mosque you don't find a single flat ceiling, but all ceilings here are taking the form of domes all around you. It is called the Alabaster Mosque since most of the decorations around you are made of alabaster stone, that luxury marble. Realize that the columns are not cased with alabaster, but they're made of solid alabaster.
To tell the value of alabaster here, I have to say that in 1992, the value of alabaster used to build this mosque was valued for 394 million American dollars, neglecting the value of sanding alabaster or modeling alabaster. Just the mere value of alabaster exceeded 390 million American dollars. So it shows you how valuable this mosque is. I said sanding because you have to know that alabaster is a crystallized stone. I mean, by all means, you cannot hold the chisel and the hammer in order to model alabaster. It shatters if you do this. So you have to sand it. It shows you now the big effort must have taken them in order to model alabaster in such fantastic, fabulous shape. Only now you can realize the big height of the minaret there. I realized that there are some balconies or stories every now and then there on top of these minarets. I mean, minarets are never solid buildings, but they're always hollow, and there is always a staircase inside every minaret. The minaret's significance is to be climbed by people assigned to shout the call to prayer of the Muslims. Muslims pray 5 times a day in the times of dawn, noon, mid-afternoon, sunset, and evening. To tell the right hour of doing a service, they have to listen and they have to trace what we call the call to prayer, which is done by them. The main things to be seen in this court are this ablution and that clock up there. Columns in between, considering the age of that mosque, considering the fact that it was built in the 19th century, this was definitely one of the greatest buildings were built at that time. The architect and the engineer who built this mosque is a Turkish one called Yusuf Bushnab. Therefore, the mosque is taking the Turkish style, not the Egyptian one. While Egyptian mosques are covered by one flat ceiling and one central dome, Turkish style ones are covered by domes all around, as you can see. Realize that in decorating mosques you can find only geometric lines and floral decoration, but you can't find neither icons nor living motifs. The architect had quite cosmopolitan mentality, so he managed to mix up so many decorative things together. He mixed Muslim decoration together with Greco-Roman one. If you take a look at the capitals of those columns carrying the head of that pulpit, they're Corinthian ones. He mixed that together with the Persian thing. Golden plate on top of this entrance there is Persian. He mixed that together with Egyptian thing. The alabaster all around you is purely Egyptian. Alabaster is the name of this particular brand of marble you can see around you. He mixed that together with, you wouldn't believe this, but you gotta believe it, a Jewish thing. At the center of that dome on top of you, you can see the Star of David, just at the center. Just at the center. Can you see that? From the center of the Star of David, you can see the chain holding the central chandelier of this mosque.
City of Cairo from the mosque. In the very distance, I can see the pyramids.
Way back to the bus now, so we go this way.
To Iran. Remember who was your president at that time? Jimmy Carter. No, not Jimmy Carter. Carter. Do you remember that Carter was involved till there in the hostages crisis in the American embassy in Tehran? Remember that? And this was election season. And Ronald Reagan was leading Carter East. So Carter was in charge. Please try to understand his situation. As a leader of the free world, he couldn't hand the Shah over to Iran. He couldn't have. That is the greatest character he met in his life. And Sadat found Carter, Jimmy Carter, as his best friend as well. I have to give the whole credit to Sadat of rebuilding constructive relationship between Egypt and America, which we enjoy.